Okay, students. Today, first we will discuss about the PT1 answer keys. Okay, so that before we announce the marks, it's better we discuss the answer. Then followed by whatever problem was pending from yesterday that we will try to finish. Okay, we are not going to start any new topic today. So PT1 answer keys and then the left out problems. Okay, so I will share the screen with the answer keys. Okay, so the first question we expected only regular. Maybe if you have used uppercase, lowercase, that and all fine. So the language associated with the regular expression used in the lexical analysis phase is only regular language. Any other answers we have not given. Second question is dash derivation is used in top down. It is leftmost derivation. Left recursive grammar is not suitable for top-down parsing. Some people have written predictive parsing. No, predictive parsing you can't write like that. You have to mention top-down because it is a general method. Then fourth one, a process that removes backtracking in top-down parsers is left factoring. Syntax analysis is also known as parsing. Some people have written hierarchical structure. Okay, so that is hierarchical analysis, something like that you have written. That has been considered. Okay, just if you write hierarchical, we will not give. You have to complete it properly. Then we would have given. The token in lexical analysis phase is not a set, it is a stream of characters. Yes. Yes.
For fourth question, we can write predictive parsing also, no? Predictive.
No. Left factoring is the only process that will help you to remove the backtracking.
But predictive parsing also, we will look at.
Predictive parsing is only a technique, right? It is only a technique.
Yeah, but I thought about it like that.
We have asked for the process, so it has to be the process. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So seventh one, those who got this question, I think most of you have written correctly. DFA used commonly in lexical analysis. Every DFA can be NFA, not vice versa. Multiple final states are possible in both NFA and DFA is also there. Every NFA cannot be treated as DFA, so that is the correct answer. So all stars are the answers for this question. Eighth question is lexical analysis in compiler is associated with all these concepts, regular expressions, DFA and NFA and not PDA. Okay, so that is eighth question. Ninth question is dash is used. I think this most of you have written. Context-free grammar is used in parsing. 10th question is when you apply the OPCOFS algorithm, definitely it will give rise to the minimal DFA, and you can't say that may or may not. It has to give the minimal DFA, and only when the DFA is already minimal, then there won't be any change in the grouping. So that will lead to the same thing. Otherwise, it will always give the minimal DFA. So A and C will be the answer. When subset construction algorithm is applied on an NFA, it will always give the result as DFA and it will not guarantee the minimal DFA. Okay, so it will give rise to the DFA, that's it, not minimal DFA. And when the NFA M1 is converted into DFA M2, the language remains the same. Some of you have selected subset. No, it is not so. You can't change the language. Subset will have a different meaning, definitely. So the language of both NFA and DFA should remain same. So whatever conversion we make either from the regular expression to NFA or from NFA to DFA or from DFA to minimal DFA, the language will not change. Okay, so that is same. So that should be same. And 13th question, if the grammar used in top-down parsing is left recursive grammar, it leads to non-termination actually. Okay, so because we are using leftmost derivation, it will go to an infinite loop and that will lead to the non-termination. Okay, so that should be the answer. Coming to the 14th question, A wrong statement you have to choose. I don't know how many of you read it properly. Every DFA has unique or multiple transitions at a particular state on a given input symbol. That is supposed to be the wrong statement because every DFA will have unique transition at a particular state on a given input symbol. It can never have multiple transitions or multiple moves. So that is supposed to be the wrong statement, okay? And rest all is correct. Maybe while reading you would have read is something would have happened. Some people have selected this option. 15th question, when you take two languages, say SNT and this, when you take up, they're actually same. So you have to list out the strings in the first regular expression, that is a plus b star whole star, and also a plus b whole star. When you list out all the possible strings, you will get the same thing actually. So the language remains the same. Therefore, S is equal to T and not the subset. Okay. Next is the 16th question. 16th question is the language that consists of.
Excuse me, in 15th question, like B star is there, so we can take 0 occurrences of B in T S language. No?
Yes, it is
But
as.
that's not possible in T.
No. See, B star whole star is what you would have taken B star only, right? Or whatever you take also, you list out the strings. Always, whenever you want to check, for the equivalence, you have to list out the strings and see whether the same set of strings are accepted in the first regular expression and the second regular expression. You have to see. That is how you have to verify. Okay. I can write in different ways for the same. A plus B whole star can be written in a different way. Even I can write A star plus B star whole star. Right. So the language remains the same, isn't it? So don't just see this expression and decide. You have to see the strings that are accepted in both. If they are same, then we can say it is equivalent. Okay. I think we asked this question in the Viva also. Few people answered correctly. Few people had doubts. So that's why we are clarifying. You have to see the language whenever you want to decide on something. No, list out the strings and then see the pattern, and then maybe you can decide. That will be fine. Okay, is that clear? Clear? Okay. So see the language. Okay, don't decide just by seeing this. Okay, yeah. So next question is A appears in triples actually. A appears in triples means we want together in the consecutive locations occurrence of A, and there is no restriction on the B's. So we can always go with the star closure for B's. And A's, if at all it occurs, it should be in multiples of 3's only. So that's why the first one is appropriate answer. Although others also look similar to that, but this will be the correct answer. Okay, by considering all the possibilities, option A would be the correct answer. Coming to the 17th question, the lexical analysis for a modern language, whatever language you take, finite state automata will be the best model. Okay, we don't prefer other models. I think some of you gave very good answers for this particular question. I was asking in Viva also, why we are not using non-deterministic or deterministic push-down automata, why we are not going with Turing machine. That kind of model is not essential for lexical analysis. That would be the answer. Okay, because we need only to check the pattern. That's it. We don't want to store anything. We don't want to retrieve again and again the same thing. We just see whether the pattern is accepted or not. So for that particular functionality, we don't need a Turing machine or push-down automata where the memory is still there and we don't use it, right, to that extent. Therefore, just the finite state automata, that is either DFA or NFA, will do it, and preferably DFA, of course, because that is more predictable. So we prefer that. So that is the answer. And 18th question, yeah, this is a little tricky. Maybe when you see this, you will feel okay, because it is left recursive grammar, it is not suitable for predictive parsing. But before that, you have to check the ambiguity. Okay, so the first reason would be appropriate answer would be ambiguous, because this particular grammar is ambiguous. Okay, so for epsilon itself, you have two possibilities, isn't it? So definitely it is ambiguous. That's why we don't prefer using this as it is for any parsing technique, not only predictive, for any parsing technique. So that is the answer. Even though it is left recursive, that comes as a second answer, because in the predictive parsing we have a step to remove the left recursion. So we would have taken care there, but the first reason would be ambiguous grammar. Okay. So coming to the 19th question, consider the following grammar. Okay, whatever grammar. This also is indirectly it is saying about the ambiguity. Definitely, we have two possibilities for some string. Means if I start with S gives F and then F gives C, so that is one possibility. Similarly, I can have another possibility. Say S gives H and then from H I can generate C. So this is another possibility. So this particular grammar is also not suitable because there are two possibilities to generate C. Okay, so therefore it is not. It should not be useful for LL of one parsing. Okay, so answer is incorrect. This statement is incorrect. I think most of you have written this. 20th question, select the true statements. It is possible to write a context-free grammar for any regular expression. Yes, it is more easy. It is impossible, it is wrong, because context-free grammar is having more liberty than the regular grammar. Regular grammar, we have more restrictions, isn't it? So context-free grammar should be easy to write for regular expression. So it is possible. And also it is possible to write DFA for any regular expression. Yeah, this question when I was asking, people were answering for regular expression, writing DFA is not possible directly. No, it is not like that. It is only challenging. That's it. Means we won't say that we can't write DFA for a regular expression. It is not so. Only thing is, for some regular expressions, it is difficult to write DFA because you need more thinking. And that's why we go with the Thompson's construction or any NFA we take and then try to convert into DFA. That's the procedure. Otherwise, we can always try writing the DFA directly. And when I was testing, I gave some problems like A plus B whole star ABB, something like that I was giving. Some people could answer, some people were struggling. So there you need to think how to avoid multiple moves. Anyway, lambda transitions you will not have, definitely you will not include it because you will remember. But I observed that some people were trying to use multiple moves, or when there is A star, you try to use A plus or B plus, something like that. So that should not happen. Okay, so A plus B whole star ABB also you can write directly the DFA. It is not that we can't write. It's only that it is little challenging compared to NFA. NFA is easy because you have all options to use and then you can write. But DFA is not like that. You will have to think because it is more restricted. Okay, just like how we have regular grammar with restrictions, similarly DFA is more restricted. That's the only challenge. Otherwise, you can write. I think some 2-3 people wrote DFA. I observed it was good. So you need to think and then write. So you have here and there you will have to push. Means in the first state, maybe when I give A star or something like A star A, when I give, you will have to a little bit, you will have to think, and maybe instead of taking cycle in the current state, maybe you will have to move and do it in the next state, something like that, without changing the language. So if you just think, maybe it is possible, and that's why we would say that it is possible to write DFA for regular expression. Here some people had confusion. Okay, this option. And it is impossible, that is a wrong choice. Okay, so that is about 20th question. Coming to 21st question, which of the following suffixes to convert, and yeah, this I think everybody would have answered. Both are required. Removing left recursion is required, and performing left factoring is also required. So what happens, in some rules we'll have left recursion, and in some rules left factoring is required. So both have to be applied one after the other. Okay, so both are required. Okay. Next question is select the false statement. Ambiguous grammar will not have any effect on parsing is wrong, because it will have effect. I explained already in the last class. So if at all you take ambiguous grammar, it is not suitable for any of the parsing techniques. Okay. So that is the wrong statement. Coming to the 23rd question, given the grammar G with rules, okay, this is the rule. And yeah, this I think most of you have answered. Definitely for AAB, you will get 2 trees and it is ambiguous. So that is the correct answer. And for the same grammar, if you do some changes, it has been actually converted into the new grammar by removing the ambiguity. So this becomes unambiguous now. Okay, so it is unambiguous now. And coming to the 25th question, it is mandatory. Yes, it is mandatory to remove left recursion in top-down parsing. Whatever may be, whether it is recursive descent or any technique, it is compulsory to remove left recursion. Coming to 26th question, can the regular expression be used to represent the syntax? No, I have already clarified when I started with parsing. No, a regular expression is, it can take care of some limited patterns only. It cannot take care of the long strings and the sequence of tokens. It cannot take care. Okay, that's why we prefer context-free grammar than the regular expression. So it is not going to help and represent all the syntax. And 27th question was very easy. Everybody did it. There was nothing challenging. All the three you would have selected. At 28th question, what is the name of the process determining whether a string of tokens can be generated by a grammar? String of tokens is mentioned. Okay, and the grammar is mentioned. So definitely it is parsing. So some people have selected analyzing. No, analyzing will not be the proper term for this, because you will have to mention the proper technique here. Analyzing is just a common terminology used for everything. So for lexical also we use, parsing also we use, semantic also we use. So that is not appropriate answer. Therefore, parsing would be the correct answer. So 29th question. Okay, so after performing what, you'll get this answer. Definitely it is left factoring. I think this also people have answered. Left recursion removal is not happening. By seeing epsilon itself, you could have found it. It is left factoring. Top-down parsing uses derivation process. Some people have written derivation and reduction process. No. So top-down parsing, we call it as derivation, and in bottom-up, we call it as reduction. But if you want to use the terminology derivation for bottom-up, then you should mention that it is rightmost derivation in the reverse order. Okay. So if at all you want to mention it as derivation, then you have to mention it as rightmost derivation in the reverse order. Otherwise, we commonly call it as reduction process. Coming to question number 31, grammar is ambiguous. Yeah, all these possibilities I think you people have selected properly. If you take in terms of trees, yes, you should have distinct trees for the same sentence is the correct answer. Or if at all you go with the derivations, then at least two leftmost derivations should be there. At least two rightmost derivations should be there. So according to this, all the three options are correct. Okay, so coming to this, given the expression grammar, you have to see how the variables have been used and also at what level the operators have been used. So I think in the class also I discussed about it, and here purposely we have changed the precedences. So whichever is very closer to the start symbol, so that will have the least precedence actually. Okay, in the tree also, in terms of tree also, whichever is closer to the root node, those operators will be having the least precedence. So that's how we use and we construct the tree. Okay, so due to that, what happens here, minus will have the highest precedence than star. Okay, rest all we can't say, because we have star and plus in the same level, but star is having the left associative property, and plus is right associative. Okay, according to this grammar I'm saying. So according to this grammar only you're going to tell, and not the general strategy what we follow for all the programming languages. Therefore, according to this, minus will have the highest precedence than star, and also definitely minus will have highest precedence than plus. Okay, so that is the answer. Okay, next is Next is this first set. Okay, first of y. Okay, all of you should take some time and solve because I think some people have done mistake in this problem. First of y. First of y is small a, and also first of x should be included in y, and x is what? Epsilon. So whenever epsilon comes, students, you have to substitute that epsilon over here for x. So when you substitute epsilon over here, what happens? First of y will also be b. Okay. So first of y is small a and small b. Okay. And similarly, follow of y, we don't have anything actually. Okay. So option B will be definitely wrong. And follow of x is you search through where x occurs in the RHS. So follow of x here in the second rule it appears. So follow of x is first of x. So first of x is what? A and epsilon. So epsilon means you have to substitute there and see. So anyway, uh, follow of x should have follow of x should have c and b, and because here epsilon occurs, you should take the follow of s into consideration, and therefore we have follow of x to be even dollar. Okay, so dollar c and b, and also a should be there, isn't it? But I didn't give that option, so this will be more of it. Okay. Yes, any doubts in this? So according to this option, these options, follow of x is dollar c and b, and of course a also will be there, but that option is purposely not given. Okay, so that you find which is better answer in this. Okay, so that's how it has to be computed. And then the next one is also about the first and follow. First of y is small d and g. Okay, follow of y is dollar because of follow of s, and follow of x is from here we get b, we get first of y, which is supposed to be d and g, that is also included, and dollar is also included because follow of x should contain follow of s. So all that, so follow of x will be c option is correct, and d option also will be correct because first of yes is first of x, and it is d f and g. Okay, so that is how it is computed, and the last two options are wrong. Okay, coming to the 35th question, here it is about the associativity. The associativity is based on how you use the non-terminals and whether it is from left to right or right to left, based on that. Okay, so whenever you have the recursion more in the left side of the operator, then it will become left associative. So for this symbol, whatever that exclusive or operation, that symbol, that is supposed to be left associative, whereas star is supposed to be the right associative, because the variables comes like that. You have to compare with the LHS variable, and then you have to see, because how you are going to replace in the derivation, based on that only we can see. And also one more thing is that this associativity property will be useful more when you have the same operation occurring, means the same precedence level. If you have more operations, then you will be using this mostly. But anyway, by seeing the variables also and how it is placed and how the grammar rules are defined, based on that also we can fix it, whether it is left associative or right associative. So in this particular grammar, this exclusive or operation symbol is left associative, whereas star operator is right associative. So that is the answer. And coming to the next one is whether this particular grammar. So there were three options, and the last option, okay, no, four options were there, and the last option is the correct answer. You can start drawing the trees and see whether the first option is correct or second option is correct and so on. First option will be wrong because you will not get two trees at all for this particular sentence. Okay, and for the second option also it will not be satisfied, and for the third option also it will not satisfy because you'll get only two trees. Okay, so the last option will be the correct answer. I think most of you have written this. So last option will be the correct answer. That is, for this particular sentence, you have two parse trees. Okay, you can generate it. Coming to the 37th question, which is free from left recursion. So first one, we have directly left recursion, so it is not free. Second one is free from left recursion because even indirect left recursion does not exist. Coming to C, C has indirect left recursion because when you substitute for A in S. Okay, in the S rule, if you substitute for A, you'll get indirect left recursion. So it is left recursive. And similarly, the option D also has got left recursion indirectly, where when you substitute for B in the rule A in the first option, you'll get the indirect left recursion. So that also has. So only option B does not have the left recursion. Coming to the 38th question, it is the LL of one parsing table. So you have to imagine this is the row, that is S is the row and ID is the column, and we are naming the table as say M. Okay, so at the row S corresponding to the column ID, what are the contents in that cell? So that's what we meant. So S is a non-terminal, and on ID what has to be done? So how did we fill then? So we need to find the first set of S. So first of S is first of F, and first of F is ID. Okay, on ID, what rule we are going to apply? This only, because this is the only rule that exists. Therefore, S gives FR would be the rule that is applied in that particular cell. Okay, and similarly, another option is for another cell in the row R for the column dollar what has to be filled. Okay, in the row R means you have to find the first of R. First of R is nothing but first of S. Anyway, that we will see. And first of R is also epsilon. Whenever epsilon comes, we are going to see the follow set. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to see the follow of R. So follow of R is what? Follow of R should contain the follow of S, and therefore dollar comes for the follow of R, and therefore for the dollar symbol you'll have something like this, that is R gives epsilon, you're going to apply. So that's how it is, R gives epsilon. Okay, so this is just the entry. Instead of giving the entire problem, only few cells we ask you to fill it. Okay, so only two cells you have concentrated on. So first one is based on the first set of S, and the second one is based on the first set as well as the follow set, because epsilon is there. That will be the more appropriate answer. Okay, and other options are not suitable for this. Coming to 39th question, it is similar to the associativity. For star, it is for star, due to this, it is left associative, rule number 2. And for plus, it is right associative, that is the answer. Okay. Coming to the 40th question, again it is the first set and the follow set. I think this also people have answered, but I saw some people selecting the first option. I don't know how you got confused. In this grammar, the first of S is first of A, and first of A is first of B, and first of B is small b and epsilon. Because epsilon is there, you'll substitute epsilon over here, and then first of A will also be first of D. First of capital D is small d, so B and D is there, and because both B and D are nullable, A also can be nullable. So this is very important. Whenever the nullability comes into picture, you have to see carefully. At some point A can become null, that is capital A can become null. So if A also becomes null, what happens? Yes, we'll have A followed by small a. This A becomes epsilon, means then first of S is also small a. So A, B, and D, all the three will be there for first of S. And then similarly, first set of A, already I told you, first set of A would be B, D, and epsilon. And first set of capital B would be B and epsilon. And first set of D would be small d and epsilon. So that's it. Only one challenge was there, that is for finding the first of S. Because A is nullable, no, this problem will arise. Otherwise, maybe you would have done it properly. Coming to the 41st question, this is like again LL of one table. LL of one parsing table. So here we have to find the first of S dash, because we are trying to fill the row corresponding to S dash, and the column is E, small e. So S dash means it is the first of S dash is small e and epsilon. Okay, so epsilon is there, means wherever it is there you would have seen, but anyway only this you have to fill. So on E, on small e, what is the rule to be applied is S gives E, S dash gives ES. That is one rule. And because it is also having epsilon, we have to see the follow set. And once we see the follow set, follow of S dash is what? Follow of S dash should contain follow of S. And follow of S is dollar. Okay. So follow of S is dollar. Therefore, S dash gives epsilon also to be applied. Okay. For this. Okay, and for the dollar also it has to be applied. So last option will be the correct answer. So next is 42. 42 is this also first and follow. This is, I think this is easy, everybody would have done. First of S is small e because of first of A, and then we have B and we have D. That's it. Later it repeats. And follow of A is small a, small c, and that's all. So that is 42. And then 43 question, which of the following grammars has the same follow set for the variable B? So every grammar you have to find follow of B. Okay, follow of B. So follow of B in the first grammar G is what? Follow of B is first of C. First of small d. First of C is small d and epsilon. So you're going to substitute epsilon over here. And therefore, because epsilon is substituted, you will get follow of B is first of C, and when C is epsilon, you are going to take the first of D also. So small d and B will come here. Okay. And coming to G2, follow of B is again first of C. First of C is small d and small c. So remember that we got B and D for the G1, and for G2 we are getting follow of B as first of C, that is C and D. And for G3 we are getting follow of B as first of C, and because that is nullable, even for D we have to take. So same B and D will get. Means G1 and G3 will have the same set of symbols for the follow of B. Whereas G2 and G4 will have the same set of symbols for follow of B. So follow of B in G4 is also going to be C and D. So G1 and G3 matches, and G2 and G4 matches for the follow of the symbol capital B. Okay, so that should be the answer. I don't know whether you selected both or not. So that should be the answer. Okay. So coming to 44th question, how many minimum NFA states are required to construct? And I think it was mentioned as Thomson's construction. So exactly 10 states will be required. So in the question paper, I had mentioned Thomson's construction. So definitely would have taken care. So 10 states are required. That will be the correct answer. And coming to the how many states are there after minimization of DFA. So if you minimize and see, you will get 3 states. So you can verify that. So 3 states you will get. And the next question is again the transition table is given. You have to find how many final states exist for the minimized DFA. Anyway, after minimization also there won't be any change. Only one final state will be there. Some people have read it wrongly. I think I don't know. All states are final states. Also, some people have marked. Okay, that is a mistake. Only one final state exists. That is same Q4 will be the final state. Okay, and complete the code. I think this you people have attempted 0 and then upper range is n. When we use this flower brackets, it is nothing but the fill in the blanks. That's all. Nothing to do with that. Answer is 0 here and answer is n, and then here it is equals. Some people would have filled double equals, that also we have considered, and mod 2n is what has to be filled for this operation in the expression. So I think most of you have done this. Okay, and the next one, yes, ma'am will, I think this many had doubts, so ma'am will explain once how the table driven scanners will work when the some regular expression is traced with the DFA. Okay, Shriba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
From long time you are only speaking.
Yeah.
Students, what exactly is your doubt? Someone listening? Ramcharan, you are telling something? If you can let me know what is your doubt, then I can try. Or I'll just tell you, first you just draw the DFA for this. So when you just draw the DFA, you will have only two states. Initial state itself will be the final state. One second. Okay, so you will have only two states. Initial state itself will be the final state. So we should have B, B star, A. So from initial state, we will move with respect to B, and there itself we will have a self loop with respect to B star. And from that from 0th state to 1 state, we will be moving with respect to B transition. And from 1 state to 0th state, we can move with respect to A transition. And it is a star closure. So initial state itself will be the final state. Okay. So now you just try tracing the algorithm. So since initial state itself will be the final state, how many times we will be calling the stack? That is the pop. If the string is BBAA. Can you just trace it out?
Ma'am, is it only two only, no? Because when the empty string, then it will be accepted, so it will be popped, and when there is a BBA, it will be accepted, so it will be popped.
Yeah, sorry students, here it is not updated. Answer is 2 only. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
In answer key, that is in AUMS, when it was corrected, it was mentioned to be as 2 only. It is not 3. Here it is.
Yeah. It is not updated. It is 2 only. Answer is 2.
We have evaluated for 2 itself. It's not for 3.
Yeah.
So for the second one also, you will be calling it for 2 times only stack.
Okay, you people can trace and see once. Whenever you get doubt, no, please trace and see so that you get convinced. Okay, I think I don't know whether you people have traced really or simply you have selected some option. Understand and trace, because when we were asking Viva questions, some people could not answer this. That's why I asked Shiba ma'am to tell that, clarify that.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted, if they have traced, means they have to come out with
Yeah,
the doubts.
correct.
So that's why I know if they. So if you want, I will just trace it out. Otherwise, we
Yeah.
can go ahead with the next one.
The next question, yeah. So, okay, students, if you are convinced, because later, no, when we announce the marks, no, again and again, we can't clarify to everyone. So, we thought better we clarify together everything, all the questions. Okay, if you don't have any doubts in that 48 and 49th question, we'll move ahead. 50th and 51st also, ma'am will tell me.
Okay. Here also it is 50th and 51st, both are of same pattern. The first question, what it says is, yeah, according to the question, we have mentioned like the company has planned to have employees. So here employees should be maximum count, the employees will be 70. For generating the identification number, that is employee ID, so there are certain pattern which has been followed. So the first thing is employee ID comprises of 10 characters. Okay. So how this 10 characters is designed is, the first 2 characters is based on the employee name. The first 2 characters, and that too it will be of lower case. So we can directly write this to be as A to Z within rectangle brackets. All the rectangle brackets are given, so there is no extra brackets you have to put. So you just have to write A to Z, and here it is mentioned to be as 2. So either you can write 2, or if you have written it to be as A to Z itself, for both the cases we have given marks. Okay, followed by hash. So followed by hash. So hash should be put within double quotes, that is given. After that, next it is the year of joining. So when we say year of joining, year means it will be of 4 digits. So we can write this to be as, this is what we have expected, that is within rectangle brackets writing 0 to 9, followed by the finite number mentioning, so it is 4. Finite closure, so 4. But still people have written saying 1 to 9, then followed by 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 4 times written. That is also considered. Okay. After that, followed by hash. So hash would be coming. After that, the last is the digit employee serial number. So based on which number, so it is serial number. So here also we have mentioned to be as 0 to 9 followed by 2. So there are valid questions like employee number should not be 0, 0. So all keeping that in mind, so some students have written it to be as 1 to 9. After that 0 to 9. So that also we have considered.
Ma'am, for the year part, I have written the first thing as 2 to 9, then the rest other 3 as 0 to 9.
2 to 9 and other 3 to be as 0 to 9. Yes, it is Priyadarshan, right? I think I have considered that.
Yes,
I have seen your answer, but I don't remember who it was. Yes, I have considered, I feel.
Ma'am, I had even considered the maximum of 70 employees and had written till 0 to 6 and from 0 to 9 again.
Yes,
So,
that is also considered.
and for the year, I had taken 1 to 2 and then 0 to 9 3 times. Like the year can, like, till now the year can start with either 1 or 2, right, ma'am? Like
Yeah.
19, 2000. Yeah.
So how did you give 1 and 2? Is it 1, 2? If it is 1, 2 mentioned, we haven't given.
We are not given.
If it is 1 or 2, then we have considered.
Oh, okay.
I think it was given 1, 2, right? Maulika, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you have written 1, 2. Not 1 or 2.
If you have
I had
written
by
correctly, we
mistake.
have taken.
I had by mistake put 1-2. Would that be considered?
1-2 won't come, right? It is not a range. Is it a range?
But
Kanta ma'am, I
And
think
that
it's
will
1 or 2 is the.
any that will also do, no, ma'am? Like in the range 1 to 2, 1 or 2,
Yeah,
or
1
like
to 2 you have
1
written
to
means
2.
okay. But some people have combined everything and they have written. For that, I think we didn't give. 1 to 2, if they have written, I think we have considered. If you have not considered, we'll see. Not a problem. Okay. And
Oh.
Molika, have you written 0 to 6 and then 0 to 9? Is it so? Like you are taking from 0, 0 to 6, 9. That's what you meant.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. If maybe we have considered, if you have not considered also, we'll see it and we'll do it. Okay. I don't remember what we have done. We'll see.
That we have considered, ma'am, 0 to 6.
But we were thinking, Shriva, we were thinking 7-0 is not there. Something we were thinking, no? I don't
Is
remember.
that for Maulika?
I
Someone
think
has written till 0 to 7 and then that is 1 to 7 and then 0 to 9. So
Yeah,
keeping that for
yeah.
one student we have reduced 7-0 will not come into picture.
Yes, yes, yes. So, okay, Maulika's case, I will check once again. Not a problem. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am.
Anybody else also you can tell
Ma'am.
me anything.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
yes.
Ma'am, for here I have divided for like 20th century and 21st century, ma'am.
Like?
Who is that? Can you tell the name?
Devadat, ma'am.
Devadat, how you have written?
Ma'am, for like in one case I mentioned like 19 and then 0 to 9 and 0 to 9, or 20, 0 to 1, 1 to 9, or 2, 0 to 1.
This 19, how did you write? You have written in
1 9, ma'am. 1
that's
9,
what.
then 0 to
1
9,
9. 1 9 in a rectangle brackets, right? So
no,
1 9 in rectangle brackets. At a time we will read one character, right?
Not ma'am, not in a rectangular bracket, like singular I have written like 1 9 and then 0 to 9 and 0 to 9, like for 1900 to 1999.
After that?
And then I've given an OR statement and then 20 in that inside a bracket for 0 to 1, 1 to 9, or for like 2020 and 2021 individual I have written. Like mention 1900 to 2021.
I'll once again see for your your case. Right now we'll publish your marks. Once again I'll relook into your case.
Okay, students. Last question is also similar, Shriba. You just tell. I think already it's time. Those who don't have doubt can leave, students. Thank you. Yeah, last one is also similar. Yeah.
Similar one only. The pattern is changed. So first year comes into picture and then hash and then character to their name comes into picture and then 2-digit number, serial number. So here also the situation remains same. Some of them have written 4 times if it is the year. They have written 4 times. First character would be 1 to 9. After that 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9. For those cases we have considered. The second character also it is if it is 2 character name, then A to Z is also considered. If you have written like this is what we have expected. If you have written A to Z, that is also considered. Some people have written capital A to Z, that is not considered. Similarly, numbers also, serial numbers. Some were specific. Some people have thought about it. If they have written it to be as 1 to 9 followed by 1 to 9 followed by 0 to 9, we have considered. Okay. Devadat, I'll just relook into your case if something is required.
Okay. Even the
Others,
number
any
case
doubts?
I have written like for 0 to 69 only I have written.